All right, so here he is, the former UFC middleweight champion, Anderson Silva. The pro record doesn't look like it did a few years ago, DC, but most people still inject the name Anderson Silva into the discussion of the greatest MMA fighters of all time.
It's because Anderson is doing us a favor every time he steps foot in the octagon. He could have walked away and protected the record, but the lure, the draw of fighting still is pulling at this fighter. And every time he walks in there, we're getting to witness greatness. You feel it when Anderson Silva walks up the steps. I remember staring across the octagon and going, holy cow, that's Anderson Silva. And he has that approach, he has that appeal to everyone that gets in front of him, not only in the octagon, but in life. One of the nicest guys you've ever met is Anderson Silva.
And a renewed focus on recovery and physical therapy has allowed the great Anderson Silva to compete deep into his 40s, DC. You ain't going 45. There's no way.
You're
out. You're going to voice a video game.
I'm going to voice a video game. What a great idea.
All right, so here he is, the former two-division UFC champion, George "Rush" St. Pierre. He's the most prolific takedown artist on paper in UFC history. Despite not having any amateur wrestling chops to speak of, this is a man who, at least in my mind, turned the MMA takedown into a thing.
Yes, he did. He made it all look so smooth and so great. But it was the striking of George St. Pierre that was so good that made you have to be on awareness the whole time. So as the hands, well, George St. Pierre had the timing that was unmatched at the time in mixed martial arts. One of the first guys that was truly able to do everything. Before we had specialists, and then we had George St. Pierre, he truly changed the game.
George "Rush" St. Pierre is ready to engage again. Cartel the tape for this middleweight championship fight. The veteran voice of the octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC middleweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Anderson, the Spider, Silva! And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner. Ladies and gentlemen, the reigning, defending UFC middleweight champion, George "Rush" St. Pierre!
Herb Dean, our referee for this one.
Ready.
Well, DC is a charismatic guy. I have never seen you more giddy before a fight in my life, because before the super fight was in vogue, the super fight everybody talked about, Anderson Silva versus George St. Pierre.
And now we finally get it. We had to wait so long, but to watch two of the consensus greatest fighters of all time locked in an octagon, long-reigning welterweight champ versus long-reigning middleweight champ, finally get to settle the debate. It was historic. It's a big night. The arena's buzzing. Let's get started.
All right, early action here. We'll see how soon George St. Pierre can get one of his patented takedowns, but it all works off of a jab that you saw right there.
It does. I mean, he does. He has a beautiful jab, and I've seen him do so much damage with that jab. You know, I keep calling back to fights, but I remember him and Josh Koscheck. The moment the fight started, bang, jab, broken orbital bone. If Koscheck in Canada, fight's over. George St. Pierre does not throw a range-finding jab. He throws that jab with malicious intent.
Drops down inside the now closed guard of his opponent.
Let's see how patient he is as he attacks a submission or big ground and pound.
St. Pierre's right back to the full mount here. Nicely done. A lot of top pressure being applied here as he works out of side control. All right, he's got him in the north-south position. All right, looks like he's setting up for a finish here. Oh, he's got the Kimura position locked in now. You gotta be kidding me. How did he get out?
He just stayed calm, was able to withstand the fire, and now he finds himself out and safe.
Oh, great transition there as he reverses to top position. Beautiful work on the ground there by Silva.
Big ground and pound. He's got to start to get to the get-up process, because everybody talks like you just get up, you don't. It's a process, right? You get to the underhook, you build to the elbow, then you start to gain height to get back to your feet.
Tie. Tried to set up the straight left, but he missed.
He does a phenomenal job of actually attacking the takedowns off of his punches.
All right, DC, half guard position here. You've done a lot of good work in this spot in your career.
Oh, man, I love this position, and you see this fighter today loves it too. It is the most secure position in fighting. You get an underhook on one side, you keep a half guard on the other, and then you just go to work. It's the safest position, especially for a wrestler.
All right, right into side control. Upper body strength figures to be put to good use here.
Yes, absolutely. And you got to look for his opponent to turn back into him. He should chase guillotine, but the opponent turns to the opposite side. He can take his back, throw his hooks in, try to choke, or flatten him out and just go for the finish.
All right, a lot of tremendous striking action in that last round, DC. I know you don't have a telestrator, but take us through the replay.
I mean, I would love to have my telestrator right now. That was a great display of high-level mixed martial arts striking. Both combatants stood toe-to-toe and let it all hang out.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Round 2 is underway.
That one landed, yep. Good jab there by the champion. He's got to be careful dipping his head when he's throwing that jab. Ooh, head kick lands, he's hurt.
Nice job by him to get the knee to the target there, using his length exceptionally well tonight. Let me show you the head strikes. There he goes, lands another combination. His cardio is so good that it allows him to put forth this type of output and pace.
When his opponent is done at 2, he is stringing together 4, 5, 6 more different strikes. You don't do that without having fantastic cardio. Man, he has a great double leg. My goodness, he has a great double leg. Oh, he passes to half guard now, and he's not posturing to land punches, so look for a submission attempt.
Ooh, that Kimura looks tight. Oh, wow, Kimura right into the armbar now.
That was a nasty transition. He's working very hard to try to get the sub. That's it. That's the end of the fight. It's got to be.
Oh, he's out.
He actually escaped. Look, I gotta stop writing these dudes obituaries, man. I always think they're done. Surprise me. Nice right hand by the champ, yeah.
Continuing to stay busy here on the ground. Man, how fun is this to watch as he continues to dole out damage with the ground and pound.
Take it back to the days of guys like Mark Coleman, just beating people up in the ground and pound. This guy is a throwback fighter and it's very fun to watch.
Yeah, the Godfather would be proud. St. Pierre's back in full mount.
Beautiful transition.
A lot of top pressure being applied here. Really good job to land these strikes from top position. Man, another one lands. He's trying to pound his opponent's head through the canvas. All right, so he gets back to his feet after that extended battle on the ground, and the crowd is loving it.
The crowd's going crazy because they appreciate high-level mixed martial arts, and that's exactly what you just got.
30 seconds to go in round 2.
Nice strike.
15 seconds. Oh, Nice straight punch there by St. Pierre.
Big double leg, double change.
In a very close round, a takedown like that might be the difference.
All right, a lot of high-level striking action in that last round. Daniel, take us through it, if you would.
Tit for tat. Who has the best chin? It seemed as though they were looking for that answer. Both guys took risk. What a fantastic round.
Ready to fight? Ready.
Round 3 of a possible 5. Able to land with the lead uppercut there. Nice defense there, huge block.
These boys are standing right in front of each other, just kind of going at it.
Almost in range with the straight left, but that's a miss.
Fast jab lands there.
St. Pierre's tough as it gets, but how about the size of that bruise starting to form on his right side? Oh, and he lands yet another knee. And sometimes it pays to be the taller fighter, DC. I know you can't necessarily.
Look at that. There's the elbow inside.
Oh, big shots from the top.
He's got that arm triangle. Watch it pass to the opposite side. It looks real tight. He'll drop his weight to try to finish his technique.
Still trying to get the submission here. Oh, he got out. How good is that?
This guy is so aware. He never leaves anything long to allow for himself to get subbed.
Well, it's all pace and pressure down the stretch. He is really lighting them up now. Oh, how clean is that jab by Silva? With 2 minutes and change to go in round 3. St. Pierre gets the double leg takedown. Nice job there disguising his entry. Immediately gets the underhook. Oh, nice change up on the tempo there as the hook in the clinch lands by Silva. All right, champ, starting to see some swelling upstairs now.
Well, he's taking way too many shots to the head. You gotta move your head. You cannot be on a straight line. Otherwise, you will take shots, and that shot and those shots leads to your face starting to swell. He throws all of himself into that kick.
Oh, double leg takedown.
Another big takedown.
Well, St. Pierre's trying for a Kimura here. Oh, he's got the Kimura locked in. You gotta be kidding me, he's out.
Let's work by standing this up. You need to work.
You see him put himself into the half guard. Likes the control, yep.
All right, operating inside the closed guard now.
And there you go, again, half guard.
All right, working out of side control here. His opponent trying to control posture, but you gotta be careful here.
He needs to shove the knees. Get his opponent's knee off of his belly so he can get to his feet.
All right, 3 rounds down, potentially 2 more to go. We are headed to the championship rounds. Well, what a round it was, and how about that flying Superman punch at the end of the round? Not a lot of fighters will try it. He did, he executed.
And it worked, right? No discouragement from his opponent to make him not try it. Why not try it? It's working, so why not try it again? If his opponent isn't careful, he will get knocked out and be on a highlight reel for the rest of the time.
Ready to fight? Ready.
All right, here's round 4, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. All right, here we go. The tension is palpable. 4th round is underway. You've got a thing or two to say about these championship rounds.
The 4th round is easily the hardest round in fighting. You're so used to fighting up to 3. You got to get back off of that stool, and this is a real test of your total desire to win a fight.
St. Pierre getting tattooed by that stiff jab.
cutting them down to size with these beautiful leg kicks.
That's a good kick by him right there.
Oh, nice double leg, yes. Yep, and he's got him secured in the half guard now.
Now inside the closed guard.
And he's gonna try to find ways to pass and move to a submission. Getting him out here. Now he's got good body position, yup.
Bottom fighter better move.
Yeah, he's got to move, John. He's got to shrimp and try to either get up or pull his opponent back into him so he doesn't have the posture to land that big damage.
Oh, big shots here. Landing strikes nicely here from top position. Well, Silva's in half guard. Are working on the ground here. His opponent's feet on the hips. Silva's back into full guard.
And there you go, again, half guard.
While St. Pierre's back in full mount.
He needs to try to get to a half guard at least, at minimum. Try to go to half guard. Nice pass.
All right, he's got side control here, DC. You know, he's got a lot of different submissions in his arsenal once this fight gets to the ground.
That was nice.
Good work from the top here by GSP. All right, crowd absolutely loving it as the fighters, however compromised, make their way back to the feet.
They may be tired, but that tired, that fatigue is warranted. That was a high-level grappling exchange between two phenomenal grapplers. Clean punch. Gets to the single collar tie.
Both guys appeared to land there. And there's a takedown attempt. Horn sounds for the end of round 4. All right, back to the stool, and he is officially swole, and I'm not talking about muscles. He is swollen up top.
I mean, he looks bad. It's because he was too stationary. He was on the receiving end of too many big shots. He was beat up. He was battered. He was bruised. And look at all the swelling. It shows that he has taken far too many.
You ready to fight? You ready?
It is the 5th and final round. This fight's going to be over, DC.
What a great way of mixing up his attack. He didn't stay the course. He mixed it up. He went high when his opponent thought he was going low, and now he's got him hurt very badly.
All right, so an opportunity goes by the boards. He had him stunned, nearly finished, and now his opponent has recovered.
Oh, my God, he's hurt.
Oh, big left hook there. And mixes in a takedown. Why not? Posture's up now. Oh, and delivers. Huge punch to the head there.
He's just being more aggressive, and because he's being more aggressive and more loose with his strikes, he's landing.
Another ground and pound strike gets home.
He passes to half guard. Now he's going full mount.
Nice positional control here. Good movement defensively here on the ground by Silva. Lands flush.
Oh, slick reversal right there. Oh, right into mount. That was a slick transition.
Pretty good work with the ground and pound here by Silva. Might be a submission attempt here, champ.
I mean, you cannot sit in a full guard. When you sit in the full guard, you give these guys so many opportunities.
Well, Silva's right back to the full mount. Under 2 minutes now with which to work. Well, that was a high-level extended battle on the ground. Now, though, the athletes back to their feet, and no surprise the crowd responds in kind.
The crowd just loves whenever they get two high-level strikers going at it. It was very hard to get back up after getting taken down. But he's got there now. Let's see if he can take advantage of it.
Keeping him honest with the jab. Well, this is absolutely the hurt business. It's hard to see which party is more injured, but I think both fighters have been really effective with their strikes in this one.
Yeah, both guys have been affected. Both guys have been beat up. It's a very competitive fight. Let's see who has the heart to carry them through these very tough moments.
And yet another takedown by George St. Pierre. 20 seconds to go in the fight. All right, the official decision is now in. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score the contest, 49-46. Declaring the winner by unanimous decision, and still the undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, George Rush St. Pierre!
All right, so another dominating effort out of the UFC Hall of Famer George St. Pierre. No surprise as these scorecards are rendered GSP across the board by decision.
Most times when George St. Pierre walks to the center of the octagon to get the decision read, he is sure that he has done enough to win the fight. Tonight, that was the case.